Today, I will be talking about social media, and hopefully, I will persuade you to see the problems and to also mainly believe that we must do something about these problems. Now, two teens, Jennifer Leon Forte and Gabby Bennett, grew up with social media like Instagram being a massive part of their lives, like many young women today. Because of this, they quickly became obsessed with their body image, which manifested in editing photos before posting them. Though this hyper-focus on their body developed quickly into self-loathing, which led to self-harm and eventually attempts to kill themselves. And they're not alone in these struggles. Jennifer says, "I know very few people who have not experienced quite severe mental anguish. A lot of us had early experiences that start very early in high school." Now, social media can be extremely harmful to individuals and society as a whole, and its adverse effects are only increasing. Today, I want to talk about and explain these two ideas and hopefully get you to see why we need to do something about these problems. So first, social media negatively affects teens' mental health. A study done in Canada followed 3,826 seventh graders annually from 7th grade through 10th grade. Patricia Conrad, one of the study's researchers, says, in terms of the relationship between screen time and depression, what we found was that social media was very robustly related to increases in depressive symptoms. And the mental health effects of social media don't only affect children. A survey was given to 5,395 people aged 18 and up, and it found that Snapchat, Facebook, and TikTok use had associations with a significantly greater risk of increased self-reported depressive symptoms. Now, social media has a substantial impact on mental health. But let's look a little closer at some of the ways that it does this. So first, social media negatively affects body image, especially in young girls, as we saw in the story in the beginning. The Wall Street Journal reports Facebook knew about the problems in Instagram. In an internal research document, they stated, "We make body image issues worse for 1 in 3 young women." A study conducted by the Florida House Experience, a healthcare institution, found that women and men compare their bodies with those in the media. The survey included 1,000 men and women and focused on their body image confidence in the media. It found that 87% of women, 87%, and 65% of men compared their bodies to images they consumed on social media and traditional media. Now, in that comparison, a stunning 50% of women and 37% of men compared their bodies unfavorably. And this isn't only young women, this is adults as well. Secondly, as we all know, social media can be highly addictive. According to Addiction Center, as many as 5 to 10% of Americans meet the criteria for social media addiction today. This means there could be between 16 and 33 million people addicted to social media in the US alone. And this isn't surprising at all, with algorithms like TikTok being so just sucking you in. It's easy to scroll for hours on TikTok, and that's because really intelligent people try really hard to make these algorithms as perfect as they can to take every bit of your attention away. Now, to put these addiction statistics into context, around 15% of the population is addicted to cigarettes. According to Cyber Psychology Journal, social media addiction is associated with mental health problems such as stress, anxiety, and depression, and has a negative association with long-term well-being overall. So now that we see how social media can negatively affect individuals, I will explain a few reasons social media can be and is harmful to society on a large scale. Firstly, social media is responsible for radicalization on an unprecedented and increasing manner. Among the individuals profiled in PIRIS, which is a detailed database of people in the US who were radicalized, social media played a role in the process of 27% from 2005 to 2010. And that increased to an absolutely staggering 73% between 2011 and 2016. Now, unfortunately, a lot of these people who are being radicalized are young men, mostly young white men, who are just looking for a purpose in life. They're looking for guidance, and they get sucked into these really disgusting groups. Unfortunately, YouTube is a big part of this. YouTube is the largest social media platform in the US, and it is responsible for radicalizing millions of Americans. So here's an account of someone who experienced this firsthand. Caleb Kane was a liberal college dropout who turned to YouTube after struggling to find his place in the world. In a New York Times article on Mr. Kane, they state, Caleb Kane was scarred by his experience of being radicalized by what he calls a decentralized cult of the far-right YouTube personalities. They convinced him that Western civilization was under threat from Muslim immigrants and cultural Marxists, that innate IQ differences explained racial disparities, and that feminism was a dangerous ideology. And these videos he's talking about have millions and millions of views, mostly, like I said, young white men, very impressionable people who get stuck in these rabbit holes and can lead them to do really, really dark and disgusting things. Now, as we all know by now, social media is responsible for rampant misinformation. According to a peer-reviewed study by NYU, Facebook posts from sources known for producing misinformation get 6 times more engagement than posts from reputable sources. Now, to put into context, a troll farm or troll factory is an institutionalized group of internet trolls that seeks to interfere in political opinions and decision-making. Now, understanding that, Russian troll farms reach 40% of all Americans through Facebook. A report leaked by a former Facebook employee states a majority of the top Facebook pages were run by troll farms, including all 15 top pages targeting Christian Americans, 10 of the top 15 targeting Black Americans, and 4 of the top 15 targeting American Indians. Now, unfortunately, Facebook is being used as a super powerful tool to try and sway public opinion, to instill fear among people, and Russia is really showing us the power of this beautifully, unfortunately. They're, like I said, 40% of all Americans through Facebook are being fed whatever facts that these troll farms want, and it's really, really effective at persuading people in a really unprecedented manner. Now, social media is an excellent tool and benefits society and individuals. However, we must be aware of its power to cause harm. It's being used as a tool to jeopardize democracy and simultaneously destroys the mental health of the young women. Now, its harmful effects are well documented, and its effects are widespread enough to warrant substantial support for change, in my opinion. I will not pretend to know how to solve these issues, but I can confidently say that we absolutely must find a solution. Thank you.